talking about the jinn that came to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and heard the Qur'an in Surah 72 verse 1, Muhammad Asad makes an interesting commentary that it's possible that this is actually referring to a group of followers of the Mosaic faith, i.e. Jews, who came to listen to the Qur'an. They were, up until that point, unseen. And this is also a viewpoint taken by Tabari, who was a scholar from many centuries ago, and a Persian scholar who was a jurist, who was a historian, and also a Qur'an commentator, who also had this point of view, more specifically that the jinn, or the strangers who came to the Prophet, who are referred to in this verse, came from somewhere in modern-day Iraq. That was really interesting, not something that, usually if you ask 99.9% of Muslims who the jinn are in this verse, they will say, oh, it's jinn, the jinn that are the spirits that are with another creation along with the human beings and angels, and they came to listen to the Prophet. But it's interesting to see that this term of jinn, or al-jinn, can mean possibly different things in different contexts. And it's just always taking in the overall meaning of things that are hidden or were hidden from our senses. And if you look at a good website that has lots of different translations of the Qur'an, there are some, a minority, maybe just two of the major ones, that do mention the jinn. Whenever I mention jinn in the Qur'an, it does mention something about nomads or non-city dwellers. So there is a very minority opinion that jinn is not necessarily, if ever, referring to spirits, but to those people or strangers or non-city dwellers that are, up until that point, unseen because they live outside of civilization as such. That's a minority view, but I was just thought I'd point that out. Interesting little anecdote. Have a think about it. Not being dogmatic here, just an interesting point. Maybe you never heard of it before. If you struck it off, great. It's, like I said, it's a minority view, but it's always interesting to bring different views to our consciousness and learn from them. We don't always have to accept them, but it's always good to broaden our minds. So for more interesting topics, ways to make us think that we wouldn't usually think, not the usual things that you'd hear, come join me for more of these small little takes again, to go into more detail about interesting fun facts about the Quran that maybe make you think, and will maybe just broaden your horizon a little bit. I hope, inshallah. Until then, see you soon. Salams.